What's going on, nation? I'm back again. Welcome back to another edition of the Kross Realm. I am on PS3, so if any of you want to find me, my gamer tag is Kross22Dark. Don't forget that. It's a picture of my avatar, so if you see her, make sure to hang out. Okay, but tonight I want to talk about one of my favorite RPGs. And one of my favorite games forever. I purchased from PS Home again. Parasite Eve. The original for PS1. Now, this game brings back like a lot of fond memories. It really does. Like, this is from an era of RPG games that didn't really care about their graphic outlook, but more on their captivating and well-written story. You know what I mean? And what made this game truly beautiful was that outlook and its early cinematics of the late 90s that just made it a joy to play. The story is about Aya Brea, a young woman, also a police officer in New York, Manhattan. And this is around the time of Christmas, and it's slowly approaching Christmas in New York. And when things take a very unsuspecting turn for the worse, when Aya attends an opera one night, and it turns into like a flaming massacre, you know, and she's introduced to Mitochondria Eve. The living, you could call her a parasite, but I call her a parasite, but the living parasite that's taking the body of a young actress named Melissa and like greatly changing it throughout the game. And like Eve is living proof of the mitochondria in the human body, and like how it continues to grow and what it's capable of doing. And anyone who comes within like 2 feet of Eve, they like combust into flames, and their bodies like melt into this like nucleic acid because of the mitochondrial strength that's coming out of her. And like everyone except Aya does this, and for some reason her body has the parasites to fight Eve and like withstand her at the same time. Now, the game got a lot of bullshit because of people complaining about its combat system, which is fucking easy. Like, I don't understand how you can't grasp it. I mean, okay, see, what you have to understand, see, when in battle, Aya enters a fight with something in the game, like, there's this big green grid-like dome that appears, and anything inside that dome, she is able to hit with bullets or her parasite powers. You know, and anything outside of it is out of her range. Simple. And I know some have like bitched about how the reaction meter is too slow and how it takes too long for her to get ready to attack. I mean, you could just level that up. I mean, okay, for some who have played the game, now above Aya's HP, there is a blue bar, okay? There's a blue bar above her HP in battle. And then there's a green one below her HP bar. Okay, that's her PE energy she uses. And now you have to wait until that blue bar rises and it begins blinking before Aya can perform another action in battle when you're playing, you know, which most people have bitched about, but it's really not bad. And you can just like use the bonus points you get in battle to make it faster, to make her like react quicker. It's a very early sci-fi horror, you can say. You know, it's more weird than your typical horror game, but nonetheless, it's bizarre. You know, and no one helps Aya in battle. This isn't an RPG in which you get a party. You don't receive that. You don't get multiple people in the party. Considering Aya is the only one that can stand up and face Eve's abominations, she has to fight everything herself. So if you're expecting a party or some extra help or something like that, you're not gonna get it. You're gonna get just Aya, the main character. Which can be really difficult sometimes, considering that there are times she'll get countered. She'll get like she'll get cornered by enemies, and like she'll be stuck in the crossfire, and you can't get her out like for her life. Her first gun has a 2-bullet limit, you know, her duty pistol, which has a 2-bullet limit at first, but, you know, you can only get about 2 shots at a time at first, which is all you really need because the enemies aren't really that strong in the beginning when you're using this. But later, she begins finding more and more weapons, and the bullet limitations rise in battle. And the more and more effective her weapons will become. So now the most interesting thing is her PE, her parasitic energy. From healing her wounds to liberation of her like body to destroy the enemies, mainly bosses that Eve has freed. And she receives a new one with every like Eve abomination she terminates, everyone that Aya kills. But for a late PS1 game, the story and the overall charm of Parasite Eve still makes it one of my favorite games to this very day. The soundtrack, the cinematics, they match perfectly, making you give a damn exactly what it is you're helping the main character to accomplish. As she ventures down like this long dark road to find out about herself and how similar she and Eve are physically, and like to solve the dark mystery as to why she's able to withstand Eve, why she's able to fight her, why she's able to do it. It's why this, why that, why this, why that. And it's just a joy to uncover more and more of Aya's past as she progresses through the game. Great story and very well written. You know, the game is 2 discs, considering the game is over a span of 6 days. You know, the first 4 are on disc 1 and the last 2 days are on disc 2. Circling around Christmas, of course, you know, hence the name Parasite Eve. Considering how long Aya has to like stop Eve, you know, it's within Christmas. You know, it was fun to me. It still is fun to me. Like, I love playing it. The story got me wrapped up. The combat got me wrapped up. The combat gets very addictive. Like, it really does. And you seek to keep fighting, eventually to see how good your wits are in the situations, you know, when they throw you in. But Aya will be thrown into some pretty fucked up predicaments sometimes. She'll be put into some bad positions in battle. And this will result to her being utterly fucked if you don't like handle it wisely and you don't strategize. But to end it, I mean, it's so sad kids and teens this generation will never know the joys of these kinds of games. That that there was more to gaming besides graphics and repetitiveness, you know? Like, I hit my little sister to this generation of gaming as well, and you'd be really surprised at how much she plays it, you know, regardless of what people say. Games can have sentimental value and bring back memories. They can, just as much as anything else on this planet, you know, and games are just, they capture that effectiveness of it. You know, and games like Parasite Eve are like absolutely timeless. You know, they have that charm, and they are meant to they are made to last forever. Even outlasting some of the games in this generation, outlasting story in this gen. Back when you were like rewarded like 30 seconds of late 90s cinematics for all your gameplay up to now. You know, bringing the story to life, the overall earliness of the game, and it like brings back memories of how great it was, and that is a plus in my book of gaming. You know, it is. And Parasite Eve is one of the goddesses of that. But as I've said, if you have never gotten the chance to play Parasite Eve, definitely play it. Definitely check it out. I mean, I played it like back in like 98, I believe. It is a timeless game. It is like I said, one of my favorite RPGs, and it's on PS Home. It's cheaper on PS Home for PS3 than it is to actually order or buy the game, which will set you back a few dollars on Amazon or something. But definitely get it. Definitely play it, and if you like it, awesome. Don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Game well.